Let us start. 5th International Symposium, Controversies in Glaucoma, and I give the floor for the welcoming words to the chairman of the Cataract Refractional Surgeon Society and head of Ophthalmology Center of FMBA, Professor Vladimir Trubilin. Dear colleagues, dear friends, I'm very happy to see all of you in this hall in such wonderful winter day, Saturday day off, and you found time to participate in our conference and to get update on the diagnosis and treatment of glaucoma. This conference is organized already 5th time, and among the organizers we see our Society of Cataractal and Refractory Surgeons, and I'm sure it is not surprising why particular we surgeons are interested so much in glaucoma, because it is a disease that the more we know, the more diagnostic tools we have, the more methods, surgical methods and medical methods of glaucoma treatment come to stage, the more questions we face. And the solution of all these questions would not be easy. It's a long-standing story, and I'm sure that there will be enough for many generations of ophthalmologists. And we, as the cataractal surgeons, we do not treat glaucoma by our methods, and there is always a question what to do with a patient who has a combination of different pathologies. The same story for the patients with refractional pathologies. It's a big question how to treat refractional anomalies if there is glaucoma, how to control these patients and how to deal with them. That is why it is my greatest pleasure to welcome all of you today in the framework of the 5th conference on the glaucoma controversies. This is really international format. We have very many international guests and speakers. And today, you see, we are expecting very many surprises because we have remote connection with other clinics, both in Russia and abroad. I would like to give the floor to the member of President of Immunologists Society, Academician of Russian Academy of Sciences, Vladimir Chereshnev. I would like to remind you that he was a member of our meetings many times. And today, unfortunately, he's not with us, and I read the welcoming letter from him. I would like to welcome you at the 5th International Symposium, The Controversies in Glaucoma, and I support this event all the years. The significance of this symposium is just growing because here you consolidate the latest data from world ophthalmology for the treatment of the trickiest and most dangerous disease, that is glaucoma, that is a leading reason of the irreversible blindness. I'm very happy that this symposium has international participation and the number of international speakers is increasing from year to year. We annually invite international star speakers, authors of books, monographies, and multiple publications, device design with great tutorial experience. It's not a secret that glaucoma and cataract are the most prevalent diseases, and they are frequently combined. That's why it is very obvious to say that the initiative of such symposia should be taken by the All-Russian Society of Cataractal and Refraction Surgeons. These options of experience sharing, joint solution of the most challenging issues is valuable. Our knowledge, our options to diagnose and treat these diseases that recently seem to be totally incurable are extending all the time, mainly due to cooperation and organization of such conferences. I would like to wish all of you very fruitful results within this Congress. Also, there is one more welcoming letter, and it's my greatest pleasure to read it on behalf of the president of the non-governmental ecological foundation named after Academician Vernadsky, from Vladimir Grachov. Non-governmental ecological foundation named after Vernadsky understands the importance of the development of the national science and international relations, and as a result, Vernadsky Foundation supported the 5th International Symposium on the Controversies in Glaucoma, focused on monitoring different forms of glaucoma, which is organized and carried out already for a number of years together with a Russian Society of Cataractal and Refractional Surgeons and International Ecological Public Organization Greenwald. Dear colleagues, I would like to mention the big role in the organization of this symposium, Professor, Doctor of Medical Science, Head of Consultation and Diagnostic Center, Ophthalmology Center with the FMBA of Russia, Natalia Kurysheva, who made huge work to organize all these 5 symposia, and I do hope that her energy, her initiative and enthusiasm would be enough for the further symposia, and because these events became very traditional, became very international, and we do hope that we can expect next year's next events at the same very high level as we used to have before, and we would like to wish her all the best in the future in ophthalmology. Thank you very much. Dear friends, I'm very pleased to inform you that this year we are supported by a very serious scientific organization. This is Helmholtz institution, which is well-known, representative, and Helmholtz for ophthalmologists. This name is very important. So the head of a branch in Russia, in Russian Federation of this union on scientific centers named after Helmholtz are welcome. So Elena Igorevna Yeremenko, I'm very happy to give the floor to her. Good morning, dear Presidium, dear colleagues, dear participants. My name is Elena Yeremenko, and I am the representative of Helmholtz Institutions Union. And as Natalia already said, it is not a secret that Helmholtz is a very famous name in ophthalmology. It's a very motivational name. When in September 2013, I took the position of Helmholtz Union head, one of my first challenges, especially in Moscow, to explain that I'm not the representative of Helmholtz institution, that I represent the biggest scientific organization of Germany, which is union named after Helmholtz. And all that lasted pretty long, when people were misled, and when I introduced myself and I gave my business card, I had to first explain my colleagues that yes, there is Helmholtz institution. It's a very famous organization, but also there is another organization, which is association or union, which covers 6 different topics, including scientific ones. And later on I will speak more about our union, about our association. But in order to save time, during the invitations, we even had to publish a book, to make a book in Russian, Hermann von Helmholtz, Free Energy, where in a very detail we cover his life, his discoveries, and his influence to the establishment of the scientific landscape, not only for Germany, but also for whole Europe. And definitely the leading and the most important discovery for all of us being here is ophthalmoscope. But in this book you can find very many other discoveries made by Professor Helmholtz, his different ideas that are still being implemented. And one of the pillars, one of locomotors for all his scientific career was that he had a specific approach to any issues, interdisciplinary approach. He believed that if you study any particular scientific problem, you cannot do it successfully if you work with that only from one side, just from position of ophthalmology, for example, and not keeping in mind anthropology, forgetting about other physiological problems, forgetting about issues of aging, etc., issues of infectious diseases. That is why I am very grateful to the organizers of this symposium that at last we managed to meet all together in one room. And here you see people who are dealing with very specific problems, mainly related to the discoveries of Hermann von Helmholtz at a certain stage. And I see greatest potential here for future possible cooperation, including the options to work together with Helmholtz Institution in Moscow. cooperation between union and institution. What I want to say as well, I told you that R&D is just one of the 6 directions which are under umbrella of our activities. So that's one of 6. And the blockbuster of any union are the scientists, the researchers that bring the fame and the honor to the union. And I have to say that currently we have 3 Nobel laureates members of our union, and 2 of them actually are medical area Nobel laureates. That is why I would like to wish all of you that among presidium members, among participants, one day there would be great potential for the Nobel Prize. And right now, I would like to read you the welcoming words from Helmholtz Union. We, Helmholtz Union, welcome all the participants of the International Symposium Controversies in Glaucoma. Helmholtz Union sets the tasks to carry out long-standing R&D focused on the preservation and improvement of the well-being of the human beings. For that, we identify global problems and challenges in the economy, science, and implement realistic programs within 6 different directions, including healthcare. In the center of healthcare issues are the reasons and the process of complex diseases, and based upon that, there are new strategies of early detection, prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of different diseases. These approaches are extremely important for the aging of population because we have cardiovascular diseases, metabolic disorders, cancer, diabetes, pulmonary diseases, degenerative nervous diseases, and it is the solution of all these challenges and tasks, but from the complex approach is covered by Helmholtz Union. And today, I would like to invite all the participants to have more close cooperation with us. I have handouts for the participants. You can find the information about Helmholtz Union in the internet, but also in order to extend the knowledge, in order to make Russian scientists aware of what Helmholtz Union is doing. 11 years ago, we established a rep office here in Moscow, and I sincerely invite you to be a member, to communicate, to contact us, and I do hope that in the next symposium we'll be able to discuss or to provide more specific ideas. I would like to wish all of you greatest results, fruitful cooperation, and all the best. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is a copy for you. So, dear colleagues, in fact, it opens great perspective because I always support cooperation between centers, clinics, cities, and countries. This is the option for the brightest future, and we see these examples abroad, and we should follow this example. Before we start the scientific part of our session, I would like to say that this year we are working in a non-standard format, because we don't see very many people here in the hall, but we have very many distant participants. There are 200 participants who are distantly with us, and our symposia is broadcasted not only to different regions in Russia, and we have simultaneous translation as well, and I hope you all have headsets for simultaneous translation. Our format is also different because this time we invited very many Russian experts. Here you see Olga Kiselova, who is the head of glaucoma department in Helmholtz Institution, Andrei Brezhnev, who's also a famous specialist of pseudo-occlusive glaucoma, and I'm pleased to inform and congratulate our colleague that right now he represents our country in the European Glaucoma Society. This is very honorable. I'm very pleased that this year we are supported by Marina Budzinskaya, who is a very famous retinologist in the country and the expert in the coma-bead pathologists, and I'm very pleased and greatest honor for me to introduce our international speakers, specifically Professor Gazort, who visited Moscow many times, and he a very famous specialist in the laser treatment of closed-angle glaucoma. He is honorable consultant of a world-famous Muful clinic, and he is honorable lecturer of London Royal College and the professor of Singapore Scientific Research Institution of Ophthalmology. And also a great pleasure for me to introduce Roberto Carrassa, who visited us for the first time this year. And he actually represents Italian Glaucoma Society, and moreover, he is a director of Italian Glaucoma Center. Yes, there is such a center in Italy, and he's a member of boards of the Glaucoma Research Institution of Italy. So these are experts of the highest level, and definitely they know all the tricks of glaucoma, and they will help us to discover and to find right answers for the most controversial issues. And I hope broadcasting and telecommunication devices would work perfectly, and in the second part of Symposium, in the interactive part, we will be able to hear and to see and to listen to very famous Russian and international experts in glaucoma. So I would like to wish all of you very fruitful, very interesting results. Please be active, interactive, provide your questions, comments, remarks, and